everybody, and welcome to the second of the twin billing here tonight from Payson High School. It is the round of 16 in the Division III State Basketball Championships. Mike Granillo here with Punt Cooley for our abbreviated pregame show with just under 5 minutes to go in warm-ups, and we are about set for the number 1 seed, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, taking on the number 16 seed, the Thatcher Eagles. And I want to welcome in our color analyst tonight is Punt Cooley. And Punt, we saw a great one in the first game tonight between Snowflake and Winslow, but Snowflake really took care of things in the second half. Should be another fun one here tonight, as both these teams no stranger to basketball playoffs.
Absolutely. You know, Thatcher, pretty much a perennial playoff team, always very well coached. They've got good length this year. Haven't seen them play. I don't know about you, Mike, but you know, you can expect certainly a team that'll run the floor, play solid defense.
Very fundamental.
Very fundamental. Usually they've got a couple of shooters that'll show up in any given contest. And, you know, they, like I said earlier, they've got good length that looks like it'll match up well against the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets tonight.
Not the same kind of length that they've had in the past, but certainly some guys I'm sure can get it done. And as I said, no stranger to these playoffs. I'm sure they come in here with a good amount of confidence. These Division III state championships, you know, I was talking with some other knowledgeable folks about this, and really not a clear-cut favorite. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets do come in with the number 1 seed, but not really, you can't really call them a favorite necessarily, certainly one of, but there's a lot of teams who can win this tournament.
Absolutely, and in case of Blue Ridge, I think they come in, their overall record with 9 losses on the season. I can't remember how many victories, apologies to the Jackets, but you know, that 9 losses is indicative of kind of not an up and down season. I don't think that's a fair characterization, but they have played some close games this year, have the Yellow Jackets. Of late, though, however, and of course, they become the 1 seed in this tournament by virtue of their victory in the sectional tournament, defeating the number 1 seed Snowflake Lobos, who we just saw in the first round, and then going on to win the championship against Holbrook. So a couple of really big wins there to obviously push them up the seeding chart. Yeah, you're right. I mean, a lot of teams, and there's, of course, some teams down in the valley that are always omnipresent when it comes time to playoffs, and it's hard to see, certainly in these early rounds, to see how these teams will stack up against some of those valley teams.
Well, and talking with Coach Adam Reek of the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, he really feels like his team is peaked at the right time. You talked about those close losses about 2/3, 3/4 of the way through the year, but as of late have been able to win those games, and that is exactly what you like to see. If you remember the last 2 years, the Show Low Cougars kind of repeated that model as they peaked at the right time heading into the state tournament, and came up with some big wins, got to the Elite 8 one year and the Final 4 the next. And I'm sure the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets would obviously like to do that as well. Well, that is our abbreviated pregame show here on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com. When we come back, it'll be time for, actually, I think we might be ready and set for the starting lineups here in just a moment, so we'll keep it right here. Our public address announcer for this evening's contest is Grant Cooley, and
no relation
to Punt. He will be announcing tonight's starting lineups. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets again holding on to the number 1 seed. The Thatcher Eagles come in as the number 16 seed. Now, as you mentioned, Punt, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets getting that number 1 seed, not necessarily by virtue of power points, but by winning the section tournament. Boy, I've had a lot of gripes against the AIA this year, and taking the top 6 of the 6 section winners and making them the top 6 seeds. Really, I think a disservice to the power points. Not to mention, I'm not real thrilled about this venue, but it is what it is, and we're about set to do battle. And here's our public address announcer.
Thatcher Eagles and the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. We got If you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
We're back, Royce.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That was our public address announcer, Grant Cooley, with the Pledge of Allegiance. And will now announce the starting lineups.
First, we'll introduce the Thatcher Eagles, coached by Chris Cook. Number 13, Chase Layton. Number 21, Mason Mortensen. Number 30, Jared Jorgensen. Number 32, Jeff Shumway. And number 35, Jace Smith. And now introducing the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, coached by Adam Reek. Number 11, Chris Williams. Number 15, Linwood Burke. Number 20, McKay Burgess. Number 23, Trey Tunnages. And number 25, Nathan Miles.
All right, thank our public address announcer, Grant Cooley, for bringing us those starting lineups. And real quick, Plum, we got about 30 seconds for the Ace Hardware keys to the game tonight.
Well, you know, I think on the Thatcher side, they can't let the number 1 seed, obviously, of Blue Ridge stymie them in any way. They got to get out quick. You know, you're going to expect a lot of pressure from Blue Ridge right out of the box. And, you know, I'm guessing they're going to try to work some of their bigs inside. And then Blue Ridge, you know, I think it just really starts with their defense. That's when their offense begins. They like a really tight defense. And if they can get turnovers and try to get the ball on transition, that seems to be the way they like to go.
Thatcher Eagles come in with a record of 14-15. No, I'll take that back as Thatcher wins the toss. They go quick up to number 32. That's Jeff Shumway and the Eagles. First ones to get points on the board.
Just a couple of quick passes for the Thatcher Eagles to get that layup.
Oh, and a nice pass inside from Linwood Burke to Chris Williams. He knocks it down and he's fouled. And we'll step to the line 4-2. So both teams come out smoking here in the opening seconds.
Well, as you say, just an exceptional pass, no look pass by Linwood, finding Chris on that left side for the bunny, and then he'll go to the line here to see if he can get 3.
Fouls on Mason Mortensen as Williams knocks down the free throw. The Jackets take an early 3-2 lead. Coming up the floor for the Eagles. Mortensen, get it inside, and now they're going to call it an interesting foul. Didn't see a lot of contact. But the big man in the middle, Jared Jorgensen, going to step to the line. Chris Williams whistled for the foul, his first.
Well, Chris a little late sliding over to cover Jorgensen. Jorgensen able to get position inside, goes up. And I'm with you, not a lot of contact, but enough for the referee to call the foul on Chris.
Well, they're gonna try to set the tone early as Jorgensen makes the first free throw. Second one also good. Eagles back on top, 4-3. Here come the Jackets, right back the other way. Linwood Burke. Up top to Williams. He's going to try a three-pointer straight away. Got it.
That's tough. You know, Chris Williams, one of the better post players in the game, but he can also stroke it from the perimeter. Waste no time there, joining the first 3 of the game.
Haven't had a rebound yet because nobody has missed. Jorgensen has it knocked away by Burke and then tipped out of bounds by the Eagles. It'll be Blue Ridge ball.
Well, good hands by Linwood Burke to get to that ball. Looked like it might have gone off Jorgensen's leg.
Here comes Burke. Dribble, penetrate, kick it to Tenageth. Tenageth going to try from 22. No good. Rebound by Smith for the Eagles. And we have our first miss of the game. Once again, Mortensen working against Miles at the top of the key. A lot of time with the dribble. Now penetrates, kicks it to Smith on the baseline. Back up top to Layton. Layton working against Burke, waiting for a man to come free. Finally does so, that's Shumway. Shumway has it turned over. Tenageth with the steal. They're penetrating, and Tenageth, he wanted to pass it ahead to Miles, but the window closed and he ended up double dribbling.
You're exactly right. Trey Tenageth, just as he crosses half court, looking off to his right, but as soon as he did it, to try to pick up that dribble for a pass, a defender cuts the lane.
So our score remains 6-4. Jackets on top by 2. Early moments of the first give and go. Nice play, no box out, and Smith with the rebound. Excuse me, that's Shumway with the rebound and the offensive putback for the Eagles. Jackets come right back, ball stripped away from Burgess. Burgess and Linwood Burke tries to get it back, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds off of Burke, excuse me, and it'll remain Thatcher ball. Eagles coming up out of the backcourt with Chase Layton. Layton getting into the high post to Jorgensen. Jorgensen's got nowhere to go, drops it for Mortensen. Mortensen gets all the way to the bucket, around the defense, and lays it in for two.
Well, 21, Mortensen just weaving from the top there, finding all kinds of open space for the easy layup.
Chris Williams from the free throw line, no good. Long rebound goes to Layton. Layton brings it up. Now the Eagles going to slow it down, set up their half-court offense. And we have a violation on Green, going out of bounds intentionally. That one's going to be on Jorgensen. It's going to be a turnover and Jackets ball. 8-6 our score.
A very rare turnover at that, but regardless, Blue Ridge gets the ball here.
They're going to leave Linwood Burke wide open for three. Off back iron, no good. Smith with the rebound for the Eagles.
So Blue Ridge, as expected, coming out half-court, man-to-man defense.
Eagles working around now. Jorgensen will try a three. No good. Tenejeth with the rebound. Jackets looking to run. Here comes Tenejeth, and it's poked away from behind and stolen by Mortensen. Mortensen now loses it, and it's picked up by Burgess, and Burke has the ball for the Jackets, and now we get a hold on Layton for the Eagles. That'll be their second team foul, his first.
Case Layton for the Thatcher Eagles coming up on Linwood just to try to stop the ball, but in the process getting called for the reach. The first team foul for the the second team foul for the Thatcher Eagles.
Jackets inbound. Burke back up top to Miles. Swing it right wing. Tenejeth, he goes inside to Williams. Williams thought about it, now kicks it out to Miles. Miles gets inside, tried to hit Williams. Nobody home. Turnover, another turnover for the Jackets. It'll be Eagles ball.
Well, as you say, a job by Nate Miles penetrating on that left side, just trying to create some space, and kicks it out to either Trey or Chris. Hard to see who it was intended to because the ball went right between the two of them.
Layton brings it up out of backcourt, get it to Smith, angle right. Smith looking inside. Jorgensen, has it up top. Get it hand off to Smith. Back to Mortensen. Mortensen to Layton. Layton's going to reset at the top of the key. Guarded by Burke. Gets a screen by Shumway. Now Smith, that's Jorgensen on this three attempt. No good. Chris Williams goes up high for the rebound. Jackets coming right back. Burke going to look to penetrate. Gets in the middle. Drops it for Williams. Nobody home again. Sloppy passing by the Yellow Jackets. Up top to Burgess. Burgess goes inside to Tenejeth from 12. Long. Off the back of the iron, and Mortensen goes up big. Jorgensen goes up big for the rebound for Thatcher.
Well, a good high percentage shot there by Trey. Good patient ball movement by the Jackets. Just can't get the shot to drop.
And now we're going to have another foul. Tenejeth on the fouls. He was putting some pressure on Jay Smith of the Eagles. That'll be Trey's first foul, second team foul for the Yellow Jackets. They trail here 6-8, 3:56 to go here in the first quarter. Layton looking to go angle right to Smith. Smith's looking inside. They get it finally to Shumway. Shumway working against Burgess. Kick out to Mortensen. Mortensen gets all the way inside, lay it up and good, and he's fouled on the play. I believe this one's going to go against Miles.
Well, and a great move by Mason Mortensen, getting a little bit of a pick up high and just beating Nate Miles to the basket with no real help from the Jackets on the help side. But gets the easy layup, does Mortensen, and he'll go to the line here to see if he can get three out of this possession.
First foul on Miles, third team foul on the Jackets. Mortensen taking his time at the free throw line, but he gets it. Eagles on top 11-6. Jackets have not fared well when trailing early. Burke brings it up out of the backcourt. He penetrates, gets inside, floater, no good, not even close. Jorgensen with the rebound. Give it to Mortensen, who brings it up from the backcourt, working against the younger Burgess. Now he'll reset at the top of the key. Now we get a 5-second count as Mortensen a little too lackadaisical with the dribble.
Yeah, not a tremendous amount of pressure by Mason Burgess on the ball that time, but looked like he was just waiting for something to set up, and obviously taking too long for the Eagles, so they'll turn the ball over here to the Jackets, who desperately need a bucket here to break a streak of not being able to get any shots off or get any buckets.
Jackets working around a Tenejith. He knocks down a 3 from long range.
That's a good way to break a dry streak.
From long range, but they leave Smith wide open. He penetrates, he goes up and lays it off the glass and good.
Something's wrong with Trey Tenejith. You can see him grabbing his chest, his pec muscle on that left side, talking to coach now. And I think that's why he was late. Trey getting to that. That was his man that put up the shot for Thatcher. He's now sitting down on the bench in obvious pain. Not sure what's going on there.
They got paramedics over there.
Pulled a muscle or something, but he's grabbing his left pec muscle area.
So the Jackets will bring Nate Miles in for Tenejith. They trail 9-13 here with 2:54 to go. Burke to Burgess. In the corner to Mason. Swing it around. Left open for 3. Long. Oh, banks it though. Count it for Mason Burgess.
I didn't hear glass, but it doesn't matter. It goes in for the Jackets. So a big shot there by the freshman.
Here comes Layton. Layton working against Burke. Get it up top to Mortensen. Swing it around right angle to Smith. Working against the younger Burgess, the freshman, in his first state championship. Here comes Shumway, and we get a holding foul. Boy, haven't seen the usual defensive intensity out of McKay Burgess that we're used to. He picks up his second foul, I believe.
Well,
nope, that's his first.
Thatcher very effective, being quick off those picks. And they're just cutting quickly to the basket. Jackets just a little slow keeping up so far.
As Al Mortensen will try, Layton will try a 3, and he knocks it down over Burgess.
And again, just a ball screen up high, and Layton finding space out on that left side to drain the 3.
16-12 our score. Thatcher on top early. 2 minutes to go in the first. Jackets working it around the perimeter. Burke back to Burgess. Thought about the 3, now penetrates. Nothing doing as Burke was right there in his way. McKay tries to cross over. Now pulls up for 3, in and out, no good. And the Eagles secure the rebound. Here comes Layton, pushing the tempo. Now we'll pull it out and reset the offense. Gets it the right wing to Smith. Looking inside at Shumway, no, but it's going to be Jorgensen for 3 at the top of the key.
And Thatcher, in a hot streak here. Guys are hitting on all cylinders, doing a great job of finding the open shot and making them.
Jackets coming back, get it around the horn to Miles in the corner. He's going to Williams inside, working against Jorgensen, fading away, got it, nice touch, Chris Williams.
Beautiful fade jumper, as you say, Mike, from Chris Williams. He's a powerful guy inside, but also can show finesse on shots like that.
14-19 our score. Thatcher with a 5-point lead. Smith working the right wing, and now we get a foul and an illegal screen on the Eagles. This one is going to go on Jorgensen, his first, third team foul for Thatcher.
Well, and it looks like Thatcher's offensive setting picks away on the blocks away from the ball, and that time, as you say, Jorgensen getting called for the illegal screen.
Burgess gets all the way to the hole but cannot finish. Layton comes away with the rebound, and now we get a steal, and then Layton is called with a foul, trying to get the ball back. Burke headed the steal.
Well, for there to be a foul, that meant Linwood Burke had possession. It looked like he did get the steal, and Layton just trying to grab back for the ball, and apparently, well, at least in the opinion of the referee, grabbing the arm or something of Linwood Burke.
So they're going to have to bring in the sophomore. No, excuse me. Yeah, the sophomore, Dallin Cook. He's on the floor. Jackets go inside to Williams. Williams from the elbow, long, and right on cue, Cook with the rebound for the Eagles. He will run the point. Defended by Burgess, McKay Burgess, out at the middle circle. Goes right wing to Mortensen, and we're getting another illegal screen on the Eagles, not setting up. This one's going to go against Jay Smith, his first, fourth team foul for the Eagles.
And the Thatcher coach having a conversation with the referee. That's putting it mildly. But he's wanting to know what's going on.
Chris Cook, the Eagles coach, as the Jackets go in the corner to Mason Burgess. He comes around the screen, pulls up from 3, no good. Williams battles for the rebound, and he has it. And he's going to draw the foul on Jay Smith with a little pump fake, and he will go to the line for 2.
Great move by Chris Williams. You know, kind of falling back after gathering up that rebound, but smart enough to show ball and get the defender, Smith, to come up. And as soon as he does, Chris takes the jumper knowing there will be contact.
Jay Smith now with 2 fouls. He will have to come out of the game momentarily. Shumway will return as Williams knocks down the first. Also into the game is Josiah Vital and Mitch Halls for the Yellow Jackets. Williams, the leading scorer for the Jackets here in this first quarter. His second one is on the way, off the iron, no good. But Mason Burgess has it, and he's got to get it to Miles. Miles, oh, and we got a foul at the whistle with 1 second. This one's going to be on Dallin Cook, and it's going to send Nate Miles to the line. We're 1-1.
Well, as you say, as soon as Nate Miles catches that pass, Dallin Cook right on him. Looked like there was a tie-up for the ball, but they will call the foul and send Nate Miles to the line.
So he will, they're calling it 3? No, 1-1. First one is up and good.
Yeah.
So with 1 second left, a big break for the Jackets as the Eagles send Nate Miles to the line. And the Jackets are trailing 16-19, but Miles hits his second and gets it back to a 2-point deficit for the Jackets. As Tenejith looks to be okay as he will come back in lineup for Burke, get him some extra minutes rest or extra seconds rest, along with Adam Padilla. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Our score, the Thatcher Eagles 19, the number 1 seed Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets 17. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Ready or not, here I come.
Take time to be a dad today.
Daddy, I'm gonna find you.
Not sure what the issue is, but not enough bandwidth would be my guess. So don't forget, you can also catch tonight's broadcast online at iTalk1067.com. Sometimes you get better internet signal than you do cell phone signal.
Obviously.
So, I mean radio signal, sorry.
Yeah.
So at the end of 1, the Yellow Jackets trail the Thatcher Eagles 17-19 here in the round of 16 in the Division III State Basketball Championships. We are here at Payson High School, Mike Renio and Punt Cooley. As we are just about set for action, it'll be Yellow Jacket ball to start the second. They'll have a chance to tie or take the lead. Tenejith back in for the Yellow Jackets. He has it up top. Gets it to McKay Burgess. McKay Burgess to Miles. He'll try to turn the corner. Get it to Tenejith as the Jackets going dribble handoff. Tenejith gets some penetration. Get it to Miles just inside the 3-point line short. Tenejith there though for the rebound for the Yellow Jackets. He'll take it out for 3. Got it.
Yeah, Trey's feeling it. You can see no hesitation there as he dribbles out just past the 3-point line, throws it up, or I should say shoots it. And his second 3.
Get it inside to Jorgensen. Jorgensen goes up, soft touch. Nice play for Jorgensen. He gets a 2 right back to take the lead back for the Eagles.
And the Eagles earlier in man-to-man, now going into a 1-2-2 zone set.
You can tell Tenejith is thinking about it, but he gets it to McKay Burgess, and he knocks down a 3. McKay Burgess from the right wing, and the Jackets have taken a 23-21 lead. Morganson running the point duties. Excuse me, that is Cook. Get it in the right wing to Morganson. Back in the corner to Cook. He goes inside, and Shumway wide open on Tenejith, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, Shumway just able to slide down and beat Trey Tenejith to the baseline for that easy look inside.
They leave Tenejith open, and he knocks down another 3. Tenejith on fire after having chest pains.
Well, he's in the zone. I mean, that was an NBA range almost 3-pointer. He, and again, did not even hesitate to put that up.
Cook up top to Jorgensen. Thought about the 3. Now he penetrates, gets by Padilla, goes up off the window, can't finish, but he will go to the line for 2. Tenejith, though, he's hot, but he also has 2 fouls now as that'll be the fourth team foul against the Yellow Jackets. And Jorgensen will step to the line for 2.
Jorgensen, one of their big guys, but very mobile. He's excellent at cutting the paint and finding those open shots. And as we look at Trey Tenejith down on that free throw, set up in the box, he's still rubbing the left side of his chest there, so I'm not really sure what's going on with him.
Yeah,
I think the ref, that's what he's talking to Coach Reek about right now.
Yeah. Quinn, I can't remember his last name, but he's the referee, and he's keeping an eye on Trey Tenejith as Jorgensen knocks down the second. And we got a timeout by the Yellow Jackets, just a 30.
They're going to have Trey go into the locker room and have the EMT staff look at him just out of precaution, I'm sure.
Well, that's a tough blow for the Yellow Jackets as Tenejith has come down out here in the second quarter, knocked down 2 threes. Combo that with a three-pointer from McKay Burgess, and Jackets have a 1-point lead as Jorgensen has also picked up his scoring here in the second quarter. He has 4 of the Eagles' 6 in the second. Maybe it wasn't a charged 30-second timeout. That might have just been a medical timeout. Burke back into the lineup for the Jackets. Miles brings it up out of backcourt, however. Looking in the corner to Mason Burgess. Working the dribble, hand it off to Burke. Burke trying to get a screen, slips and falls, and get it to Mason Burgess. No travel call to McKay. He launches from long range off the back iron. No good. Cook with the rebound for Thatcher.
We see some slipping in this game, and we saw in the earlier game a little bit of slipping. So traction seemed to be just a little bit of a problem for both clubs.
And
tonight.
I didn't see anybody sweep the floor between games. Eagles go to Goodman. Goodman fires for 3, no good, and Miles tips it, and it's going to remain Thatcher ball. Miles looking for a foul as he went to the deck, but no call.
Well, Nate Miles not really in a position to grab that rebound, instead just trying to tip it. It looked like to a teammate, but no one around, so it goes out of bounds.
Cook inbounds, gets it to Shumway. Back to Goodman, but now a whistle and a foul. This one's going to go against the Yellow Jackets, and I believe that's going to go on Linwood Burke, his first 6-team foul. So we'll be shooting free throws from here on out in this half. Goodman again to inbound, Cook to inbound, get it to Shumway. Shumway with the left hand, goes up against Burgess, no good. Burgess with the rebound. Here come the Jackets, 3-on-3, and turnover. No, somehow Chris Williams ends up with it. Get it to Mason, he goes up, he's blocked by Jorgensen. But now Williams has it in the corner. Skip it to Miles. Miles for 3. No good. Short. Shumway with the rebound for Thatcher. Jackets had an opportunity there. Could not find the bottom of the net. So Mortensen will bring it up out of the backcourt for the Eagles. Got it to Jorgensen at the high post. Hand it off to Goodman. Goodman free in the corner. Mortensen for 3. Knocked it down.
Mortensen with a lot of time, surprisingly, out on that corner. Nate Miles eventually slips out, but not before Mortensen gathers up and squares up to drain the 3.
We have another lead change as the Eagles go back up by 2. Get it inside, though. Burke.
Nice.
Burke with the left hand, lay it up and good.
Very good move by Linwood Burke, and a great pass by McKay Burgess to find the cutting Linwood Burke.
Tied up at 28, 4:36 to go here in the second quarter. Cook to Goodman. Goodman working against Burgess, up top to Jorgensen. Jorgensen hands it off to Mortensen. Mortensen going to back the dribble out, resetting, working against Miles. He turns the corner, kick it to Shumway. Shumway now goes inside, loses the handle. It's out of bounds, off of Shumway. It'll be Jacket ball. A lot of contact, no call.
Well, that turnover, I think, created by McKay Burgess, just staying tough on that baseline, knowing that he was going to try penetrating, and you got to credit Mason for just solid defense there.
Jackets go inside to Williams. Williams gets Jorgensen up in the air, as he does so well with the pump fake, and Jorgensen will pick up his second foul, and he may have to sit for the rest of this half. Chris Williams will step to the line for 2.
I'm surprised Chris was even able to get that shot off. Jorgensen
almost made it.
Yeah, real long, and then when he stretches those long arms of his out, really can cover some error, but credit Chris for being aggressive inside.
So Jay Smith will have to come in. He has 2 fouls as well, but obviously Jorgensen a little more potent of a score as Chris Williams knocks down the second. 30-28 our score. Blue Ridge on top has another lead change. This time Cook will bring it up out of the backcourt, get it to Goodman, left wing. Up top to Shumway, loses the handle, now corrals it. Get it to Mortensen, working against Miles, trying to get to the middle. Miles cuts him off, kick it out to Goodman. He kicks it around, and we got a kick, and a kick on Thatcher. Blue Ridge ball.
Well, the ball knocked loose, and Mason Burgess trying to gather it up. He may have even kicked it a little, but then pushes it back to the Thatcher guy, who then kicks it himself, and the referee will call the second.
Burgess trying to go baseline, cut off there. Miles has it up top. Get it to Burke. Burke wants to penetrate. Get it to McKay Burgess. He'll launch a three from deep. Got it.
So McKay, you know, we saw Trey earlier not hesitating to put up the threes he was hitting, and McKay's starting to feel it now as well.
33-28 to go, 3:22 to go. And we get a foul.
It's going to be on Linwood Burke, it looks like.
He was holding Cook.
Cook flashing out for that pass, and Linwood apparently just grabbing on to a little too much jersey or something. He gets his second foul.
That's his second, so he'll have to have a seat along with Tenage, 2 fouls apiece, and that'll send Dallin Cook to the free throw line for the Eagles for a 1-and-1. It's up and it's long, no good, but he gets his own rebound. Credit the sophomore. He goes up underneath the basket, he lays it up and in.
Great move by Cook, just taking the space defense gives him to get that reverse layup.
Burgess now working at the top of the key, hand it to Williams. He penetrates now, give it to Josiah Vitale. To Miles. Miles gets inside, blocked, but here's Williams, and he's going to be fouled going up for 2. No, they're going to say on the ground. Interesting call. Looked like Williams was going up for the offensive rebound, but this one will go against Shumway, his first, 8th team foul for the Eagles.
So both teams now in the bonus with just over 3 minutes in the second.
9 team fouls, so Jackets shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way after this one as Williams has a 1-and-1 situation. First one's up off the front iron and rolls in. He'll earn the second. Thatcher definitely intent on slowing things down here tonight. That is not the way Blue Ridge likes to play. Williams' second free throw is good. Get the lead back to 5 for Blue Ridge, 35-30 with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
And Thatcher, another area of success for them. Very few turnovers so far in their half-court game.
Mortensen gets it inside to Thatcher, and we get another, to Shumway. And we get another foul as Shumway goes hard to the basket. And McKay Burgess is going to be whistled for his second foul.
He needs to be careful. You know, he's a valuable asset offensively and defensively to the Yellow Jackets. So Coach Reek will keep him in here.
Shumway will go to the line for 2. Knocks down the first one. So foul's going to be a definite storyline to tonight's contest as both teams starting to mount up players in foul trouble. Shumway second on the way. Long. Williams with the rebound. Got pressure from behind. Gets it now to Miles. Left angle left. McKay Burgess. To Vitale. Inside to Williams. Back to Burgess for 3. Ooh, in and out, no good. But Mason Burgess right there. And he can't get the putback. Mortensen with the rebound for Thatcher.
Nice attempt there by Mason Burgess, the freshman, in with the bigs. Gets the good rebound, just can't get the shot to drop.
Mortensen getting free, hands it off to Shumway. Shumway has nowhere to go, but the tip goes to Jay Smith. He goes off the glass and good. Jay Smith on the offensive rebound for Thatcher.
And a lot of Thatcher Eagles in position to clean up that loose ball inside and get the easy shot.
Williams goes to the corner to Burgess. To Miles in the corner, looking for Williams inside, can't get it. Have to skip it across to McKay Burgess. Burgess going to work the dribble behind the back, gets inside, get it inside to Williams. He goes up, no, throws it out to Vitale. Vitale now gets some penetration. Kick it out to McKay Burgess. Thought about the 3, instead pulls it up, goes off the window, no good. There's Chris Williams though.
Big rebound.
And jump ball. Jump ball, it'll be Thatcher ball on the alternating possession. And they're actually going to bring Linwood Burke back into the contest for Josiah Vitale with his 2 fouls. And Burgess out there with 2 as well.
Well, it looked like Chris Williams was going to gather up that rebound, but credit Jay Smith, number 35 for the Eagles, staying tough to get that jump ball call.
Look for Mortensen to penetrate against Burke. He does so. A lot of contact, and there's Burge third. Tough call, but credit the savvy Mortensen for pressing the issue and drawing the third on Linwood Burke.
Coach Reek wasting no time here to send back Josiah Vitale in for Linwood with his third foul. You know, and just with a buck 30, a minute 30 left on the clock, kind of surprising to me that Coach Reek would put Linwood back in.
And a lead.
Right.
As Mortensen will step to the line for 2. Mortensen's first is on the way. It looks good, and it is. 34-35 with this next free throw. Mortensen can tie it back up. This game been back and forth. Neither team able to get more than about a 5 or 6 point lead. Mortensen does take some time at the free throw line. This one's long. Rebound, Miles. He'll push the issue. Now we'll slow it down as he has nowhere to go. Get it up top to Williams. Williams to Mason Burgess, in the corner to McKay. He'll drive baseline, nobody home, and a big foul by Jay Smith. And now he will pick up his third and send McKay Burgess to the free throw line for 2.
Well, you can hear the fans go, oh, with the block, but while he's hitting the ball, he's also colliding into McKay Burgess with a great move on that baseline just to get to the basket.
Burgess calmly knocks down the first one as we get a substitution back in. That's Goodman, for Smith. Burgess, the second, is on the way, and it is good. Jackets 100% on the night from the free throw line. And they have a 30, I don't think that score's right, but they'll get that fixed here in a second. Here comes Mortensen getting to the paint again. Nope, he kicks it in the right wing to Goodman. No good. Josiah Vitale with the rebound. Brings it up out of the backcourt. Get it to Mason Burgess. To McKay. Tries to turn the corner, and it's tied up. It's tied up, and Cook thought he had the steal. As a little loose with the dribble was McKay Burgess.
Yeah, very loose, trying to cross over, but Dallin Cook not biting, positions himself perfectly just to pick that ball up off the dribble.
Vitale goes to Williams on the right wing. Floated up to Mason Burgess. He gets up inside. Get it to Williams. To Miles. Gets some penetration inside.
Nice.
To Vitale. Vitale goes off the window and good.
Great pass by Nate Miles to find Vitale. You're talking 2 backcourt guys going down deep into the post, and Vitale with that great pump fake cleans it up with a nice bunny.
Eagles go back with the 1-4 low. There's Shumway on the jumper, no good. Miles with the rebound. Oh, and now a huge foul.
Yeah.
A silly foul on a reserve. That's Curtis Thatcher of the Eagles, and it will send Miles, who is, Mortensen was on the ground there, and Miles couldn't move because he was straddling him, and Thatcher just getting a little too aggressive. He'll send Miles to the line for 2. The Jackets have a 5-point lead here with just under 24 seconds in the half. Oh, excuse me, they're going to call it. They're going to give it to Mason Burgess. Excuse me.
I thought the foul was on Miles like you because he fell with that push, but apparently there was something else going on away from the ball.
So I think the officials could be talking about it as they're gonna sort this out.
Well, if it was the
they
foul,
got the wrong guy.
Yeah, if it was the foul on 20, which is what they're showing on the clock. Curtis Thatcher. Nate Miles, yeah, that's what they're talking about. Nate Miles was the one that was dumped onto the ground by that contact. So Mason Burgess, while he's at the line, should have been.
They're going to say
Miles.
A violation against Blue Ridge,
right? Because
for sending the wrong guy to the line. But that's a pretty tough call in high school basketball. That is the official's job to tell who is shooting.
So the official should be selecting the player that goes to the line. But so now the rest will talk to the Thatcher coach and explain what's happening after talking with Coach Reek.
They are going to call a technical foul on the Yellow Jackets for having the wrong player shoot. That is a tough one for the Yellow Jackets. They have a 5-point lead, and we're looking to build on it. Instead, Thatcher will have the opportunity to cut it into the sleeve. That's Mortensen at the line. He calmly knocks down the first one, and we'll get the second, and the Eagles will have the ball after the technical, I believe.
Well, you know, Mike, the way this game's playing out so far in this first half, three free throws have been big early, and you got to believe that it stays this tight. They're going to be really critical as we head down to the finish line.
So Mortensen misses the second. Mitch Halls will replace Burgess with 24 seconds. Coach Reek doesn't want his guys picking up any more fouls. Already has Linwood Burke on the bench with 3, Trey Tenegis with 2, and McKay Burgess with 2. Here come the Eagles. Mortensen, get it to Goodman. Working the left side, pulls up for 3, got it.
It's a big shot there for the Thatcher Eagles. They're chipping away closer now, within 1 of the Jackets to finish out half.
Miles to Halls. Halls kicks it to Mason Burgess. He penetrates. Get it inside, and it's stolen away by Mortensen. Got a man up ahead. That's Cook. Here goes Cook to the layup, and no good. They're going to wave it off. He laid it up just a hair too late. And so the Jackets will take a 1-point lead into the locker room.
Well, the referee on the baseline that was out in front of the fast break was raising his hand like he was going to signal for the bucket. Then the trailing official waved it off. So that's the call they're going to go with. There's going to be a conversation here with the Thatcher coach at half court, but regardless, we finished the first half with the 39-38 score, Blue Ridge on top.
That is our score, and it is halftime here from Payson High School in the round of 16 in the Division III State Basketball Championships. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com. We'll be right back.
Sholo is football and party town, especially when you show up at Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Sholo Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Sholo Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce.
Oh, this is my town.
And the round of 16 here in the Division III State Basketball Championships. It's the number 1 seed Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets on top of the Thatcher Eagles, the 16 seed, 39-38 in a back and forth game that saw both teams take decent leads, but both teams come right back. Not also without controversy, Punt, as we had an issue with some free throw things going on, and we'll see if that comes back to haunt the Yellow Jackets.
Well, and what you're referring to is Blue Ridge sending or having the wrong guy go to the free throw line. We were talking about whether or not that's the referee's responsibility to get the right guy to the line, but regardless, so what should have been a 2 free throws for Blue Ridge ends up being a technical against the Jackets for having the wrong guy at the line, and then Thatcher, of course, getting the free throws. But yeah, you know, you'd mentioned it earlier. Kind of the theme of the first half in general is that Thatcher has been pretty effective in holding this to a half-court game, slowing down the tempo. Blue Ridge, you know, we talked about one of the keys for them is their defense. Their pressure defense really gets their offense going because they like to run the floor. But credit Thatcher for being tight with the ball on their end of the court and just working patiently to get good shots. And that's why we have a 1-point game at halftime.
It is a 1-point game, and a lot of the Thatcher Eagles, you can tell their game plan. They run a 1-4 low. They put everybody on the baseline except for the point guard, and then he's just going to look to penetrate and kick. And the Eagles have run that offense very efficiently so far tonight. They've made 4 3-pointers on the night. However, not to be outdone, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets have hit 7.
Yeah, and we saw a couple of mini runs, I guess you could call it, whether it was Trey hitting threes, Trey Chanajith, and then McKay Burgess lighting up a few in succession. And that's something that Thatcher needs to be careful of course, is you don't want the Yellow Jackets to be able to get on a run.
Indeed, let's run through some numbers here from the first half. As the score would indicate, a high-scoring first half. Both teams almost reaching the 40-point mark. Kind of unheard of a little bit in high school basketball. For the Thatcher Eagles, Carson Goodman hit a big 3-pointer there at the end after the technical. The Eagles got the ball back. He comes down, knocks a 3-pointer, cuts this lead to 1. Dallin Cook has a 2-point bucket. Mason Mortensen leading the team, leading the Eagles. He has 13 points for the Eagles. Jared Jorgensen was saddled with some foul trouble late in that second quarter, but he does have 9 points for the Eagles. Shumway has 5, and Jay Smith has 6 for Thatcher. For the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, again, their leading scorers, you expect to hear these names. Chris Williams, not only does he lead the team in scoring so far here in the first half, but was 6 of 7 from the free throw line, and then chipped in another 7 points, so he has 13. Josiah Vitale has 2, Linwood Burke with 2. McKay Burgess has 2 threes and a couple of free throws for 8 points. Trey Tenagith, 9 points on 3 3-pointers. Mason Burgess has a 3, and Nate Miles has 2 points with 2 free throws. So that's the scoring summary here from Payson High School. You are listening to the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show here on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com. We'll be right back after this.
Sholo is football and party town, especially when you show up at Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Sholo Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Sholo Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce.
Oh, this is my town.
With over 25 years of experience in search and recruiting, Care National is dedicated to matching skilled professionals with careers in healthcare. Care National, nationwide medical management recruitment services. Let us get you hired.
Welcome back to Payson High School and the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Don't forget, this weekend, tomorrow and Sunday, is the Winter Games over at Sunrise. They got all kinds of fun activities. You can go to their website, check that out, and go out. And we haven't had a lot of snow, but there's snow up there at least. So if you're missing the snow, you can either go back east or you can go up to Sunrise.
Well, they are able to make snow. Temperatures low enough to where I think they have at least a decent amount if you want to go out and have some fun.
Let's hope. Also want to thank other sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you by Papa John's Pizza. For the best ingredients and best pizza, call Papa John's Pizza, 532-PAPA or 532-7272. Also want to thank Subway. They have a great deal for just $6 right now with the Simple 6 menu. Subway, eat fresh. And punt, we got a chance to see these teams talk about real quickly halftime adjustments and the Ace Hardware keys to the second half.
Well, I think for the Jackets, you talked about their ability on the Thatcher offense to, with that pick game, whether it's ball picks or picks away from the ball, they're setting up some nice opportunities down low on the block. So that's one adjustment I'm sure Coach Reek will talk to his guys about. And Thatcher, we talked about if you're not careful, this Blue Ridge team can run on you. And I think that's something that their coach probably talked to them about, is not to give them opportunities and the best way not to do that is to not turn the ball over when you have it and make the most of each possession.
Those are the Ace Hardware keys to the second half. Ace Hardware has 24/7 locksmith. The next time you're locked out of your car or just need a key replaced, day or night, call Ace Hardware, your helpful place with 3 locations in Pine Top, Sholo, and Overguard. As the players await the rundown of the halftime clock, Eagles will start the second half with possession and trailing the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets 38-39, and we are set for second half action. Eagles show they're going to go back to the 1-4 low. Look for them. Then they go bring it up high. Here comes Layton. He's uncontested to the layup. Good.
Yeah, just ball screen up high. They bring the guys low up for the ball screen, and Blue Ridge can't keep up with that quick cut.
Burgess coming right out, firing from long, about 4 feet beyond the three-point line, but he misses. Smith with the rebound. Layton going to slow things up for the Eagles again. Get it to Smith, angle left. Get it inside to Shumway, and he's uncontested again. That's 2 layups in a row for the Eagles, and they get out to a 3-point lead early going into the third quarter.
Just really poor defense, to be honest, by the Jackets so far in these first 2 possessions.
Jackets go inside, get it to Burke. In the corner to Tenejith, angle left. Inside to Williams. He's looking, get it to the cutting Burke. Loses the handle, and the Jorgensen with the steal for the Eagles. Here comes Mortensen. Get it ahead to Layton. Layton going up, and we're getting an offensive foul on Layton. Looked like Nate Miles got there, got set up, and that's going to be the third on Chase Layton for the Eagles.
Well, Layton's not buying it, but that was good defense by Nate Miles, setting up for the player control foul.
Miles brings it up out of the half court. Get it to Burgess, left wing. Burgess can't find the handle. Jackets look a little slow coming out, but here's Tenejith with a 3 on the right side, and he picks up right where he left off and nails it.
Just a big bucket there, when Blue Ridge needs a little bit of a push, and credit Trey throwing up the 3 again, wasting no time. You give him open space, he's going to shoot it.
Tenejith still holding on, is now a battle for the ball. Layton, and they're going to whistle Nate Miles on the foul going after the loose ball. Layton had laid it down. That's going to be the second on Miles. First team foul of the half for the Jackets. The Eagles inbound it. Layton's going to trigger the offense from the top of the key. Get it to Smith, angle left. Looking inside, goes inside to Jorgensen. Jorgensen up off the window, good.
Well, a great pass by Smith, just putting enough lift on that to get it up high over Chris Williams into Jorgensen.
And now a steal. And McKay Burgess, he looks like he's played about 4 games instead of 1 half. And the Eagles lay it up. Mortensen for 2.
Well, Thatcher Eagles coming out strong here in this third quarter out of the halftime. So whatever coach talked about, they're executing very well.
Burgess on the kick out from Williams. Skip it across to Burke. Burke going to try the baseline. Skip it out, and it's stolen by Mortensen. Mortensen has it on the break. Goes to Layton, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Blue Ridge, and it'll remain Eagles ball.
We see Trey, hustling down. It went off his leg, it looked like, but you can see him still struggling a little bit.
The lack of hustle is interesting for a team that's in a state championship. We have a delay of game warning on Trey Tenejith. as he's claiming he got pushed over the line. So the Eagles will reset, just a warning. They'll run it again. Get it inside to Shumway, has it poked away by Tenjith. Loose ball, and it's picked up by Mortensen. Get it to Jorgensen, and he slams it home.
And again, the Thatcher Eagles just attacking the basket and just out hustling the Jackets right now.
Jackets look lethargic. Tenjith will try to answer, but nowhere close. But Williams does tip it out to Miles on the offensive rebound. Jackets settling for long-range jumpers. And the Eagles are just all over the place defensively and offensively. Now we have a steal back by Burgess. Get it to Williams. Williams can't find the handle on the ball. He finally gets loose, goes with the left hand, lay it up and in.
That's a great basket by Chris Williams. Again, just working the man in front of him and working to that left side and going in strong for the layup.
Boy, just a lethargic Yellow Jacket team, though. Ball has been poked away many times by the Thatcher Eagle defense, and Thatcher has run when they have had the opportunity.
Yeah, and Thatcher, to their credit, is not turning the ball over, and they're taking full advantage of their possessions, whereas Blue Ridge, now down by 4 here in the third, just the opposite. They've been turning the ball over and not being able to put the points up to match this Thatcher run.
So the the Eagles out to a 10-5 run to start this third quarter, 5:11 to go. Some of these guys should be fairly fresh. They had some foul trouble, had some rest in the first half.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but you can definitely tell with the Jackets, especially after watching their performance in that sectional tournament. I mean, they were just, they were going at it for 4 quarters really aggressively in both games against Snowflake, where they got the upset in the first round, and then of course in the victory over Holbrook. They started maybe a little sluggish against Holbrook, but they finished really strong, and the Jackets just having a hard time finding their groove tonight.
Little wet spot on the floor where some bodies went down earlier in the action, and so the officials drying that up. Tenjith still looks very winded. We'll see if he can continue. As it'll be Eagles ball, 5:11 to go. They lead 48-44. They will inbound full court. Get it to Layton. Staying in there with his 3 fouls. Working against Burke. To Smith, angle left. Trying to go inside, has to go up top to Jorgensen. Jorgensen waiting for this handoff to Smith. Now they'll go to the right side. Get it to Mortensen. Mortensen to Layton. No, Jackets tighten up their defense a little bit. Now we'll get a ball screen. Mortensen, Layton trying to turn the corner, can't do so. Mortensen up to Jorgensen, and whoa, looked like a travel, but Jorgensen, no call, and Jay Smith with an offensive rebound. Get it to Shumway, he'll try a 3, got it. No defense on Shumway, and he knocks down the 3-pointer.
Shumway just able to find room up top, and they get the easy bucket there on the jump shot.
Tenjith goes inside to Williams. Williams making a move against Jorgensen, gets him up in the air and cannot finish, but does pick up the foul on Jorgensen. That will be his 3rd.
And we've seen that a lot from Chris Williams tonight. He's smart enough against Jorgensen, who has a little bit of height on him, to get him up with those good pump fakes and draw the foul. That'll be 3 on Jorgensen for the night.
Chris Williams' first free throw is up and good. Want to remind you that in our first contest tonight, the Snowflake Lobos dispensed of the Winslow Bulldogs. About a 20-point contest. As Williams steps the line for his second, it's up and it's good. So back to a 4-point lead for the Eagles. 4:20 to go. Layton working the dribble, now hands it to Mortensen. A 5-point lead for the Eagles. Mortensen getting inside, goes up off the glass, good. No, anytime he wants, Mortensen able to get in the lane.
Yeah, you give him room, and he's been very effective tonight of finding the way to get those shots up.
Miles, air ball from about 8 feet. So Shumway with the rebound. Eagles content to slow it down. They have a 7-point lead with 3:50 to go in the third quarter. Cook into the ball game for the Eagles, has it on the angle left. Get it up top to Shumway, guarded by Tenjith. Hand it to Cook. Now they'll work the left side. Here comes Layton to Mortensen. He's got a wide open 3. Got it.
And again, Nate Miles just not able to get to him in time because he's having to cut through multiple picks. So Thatcher having great success tonight with that pick game. and hitting the outside shots when they get them.
Jackets go inside to Williams. He's working. Kicks it to McKay Burgess for 3. Looks good. It's off. No good, but there's Tenejith with the rebound on the offensive putback.
Nice hustle. Trey Tenejith right in the right spot to gather up that rebound and put it up strong.
Cut the lead to 8. It was 10. The Eagles feeling very confident as Layton goes to the right wing to Cook, guarded by Burgess. Cook to Shumway up top. Shumway with the penetration. Kick it to Smith. Nothing doing now. Smith penetrates, goes up underneath the basket, lay it up and good.
Great move by Smith. Just, kind of a lazy look inside to draw the defenders, and then that quick baseline move to get the reverse layup.
Jackets not interested in playing too much defense tonight. Miles goes to Burgess in the corner. Back to Miles around the horn. Tenejith, he'll try another long 3 and airballs it. Jackets ball. Eagles ball. 10-point lead for the Eagles. And the Eagles want a 30-second timeout, and I'm sure Coach Reek happy for that.
Yeah.
As his Jackets down 10 here in the round of 16. And we will take it with them. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car, their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop and Sholo.
Welcome back to Payson High School for this round of 16 game between the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets and the Thatcher Eagles. And right now, you would never know the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets are the 1 seed and the Thatcher Eagles are the 16, as the Eagles have a 10-point lead in the third. Jackets have come from behind before, but not something you want to live by in the playoffs.
You see a trap, half court.
And Williams going to be fouled by Cook as he gets the steal.
I was going to say, as half-court trap press by the Jackets, that time successful. It's Chris Williams jumping in on the pass lane, getting the interception, taking it the length of the court for the layup. Doesn't get the layup to go, but he'll go to the line here.
But credit Coach Reek for finding a way to get his guys motivated. They go with the full court press, and it pays off in the energy level for the Yellow Jackets as Williams knocks down the first. Second one on the way, good. 50 to 58, Eagles on top. The trap is still in place. Mortensen clears out everybody, working against Burgess. Still working. Now he's got a clear lane. Goes in the middle. Get it at Shumway. Shumway from 10, no good. Tenejith with the rebound, and the Jackets are running. Get it to Williams. Williams going to go hard to the basket, laid up with the right hand, no good. And it's going out of bounds. It's going to be Eagles ball.
Looked like Trey Tenejith following was going to be able to get that rebound, but instead just not able to control the ball and knock it out of bounds, so Thatcher ball.
Here come the Eagles, get it across half court, hand it off to Layton. Layton going to the basket, and he's going to say he traveled as he didn't come under control. Turnover to the Yellow Jackets.
Well, he comes to the jump stop, does Layton, waiting for his man on the baseline to pass it to, but as you say, just shuffles his feet after that jump stop. So a big turnover there, putting the Jackets in a position here where they can cut the lead.
Get it to Burke in the right corner. Get it inside to Williams. Williams goes up. He's fouled, and he cannot hit. I believe this one's going to go against Shumway. That's his second.
Beautiful pass by Linwood Burke, finding Chris Williams cutting baseline on that right side. Chris going up strong with the shot, but just not able to get it to fall.
Williams steps to the line and knocks down the first.
Is he perfect today from the line?
He's missed one.
Okay.
He has missed one, but still pretty good. Has a chance. He's cut the lead to 6. Williams second on the way. Good. He's been really good on that second one. Jackets going to stick with the full court pressure. Mortensen working against Burgess. Working the dribble. Finally gets across half court. Going inside there, Shumway. Shumway, easy bucket. Williams didn't want to foul. Jackets come right back with Burgess. Burgess inside to Tenajiff. Tenajiff to the top of the key, Williams. Williams to Burgess. He'll try a three from the left corner. In and out, no good, but there's Tenajiff for the rebound again. And he goes up. No, give it to Williams.
Nice feed.
Fouled, and credit Jay Smith with a good foul to make sure Williams couldn't get that up, but Williams will take another trip to the free throw line, and Jay Smith has picked up his fourth.
Well, you got to credit Trey Tenajiff as well for keeping that play going on the Blue Ridge side with that big rebound in traffic. Kicks it out to Chris.
And Chris knocks down the first. He'll have a second. 1 minute even to go here in the third. It's a 7-point lead. They're going to keep Jay Smith in with the 4 fouls. Chris Williams, second free throw's up, and it's good. Jackets, full court pressure. Goodman, nope, he doesn't want it. Get it to Mortensen. He'll bring it up out of the backcourt against Burgess. Trying to get a screen, but now he gets free. Kick it into the corner to Cook. Cook to Shumway. Shumway going to drive baseline, and we're going to get a foul on Mason Burgess. And that's okay if you're the Yellow Jackets, because that's his first.
Jeff Shumway driving baseline after putting a move on Mason. Mason not able to close him out on the baseline, but does get called for the foul.
Cook will inbound, and I believe a
nice
steal. Almost a steal by Williams, but Layton comes away with it. Get it to Shumway. Shumway for three, no good, but no rebounders for the Yellow Jackets. Get it to Layton, to Smith, up top to Shumway. Back to Layton. He'll try to penetrate, cut off there. Gets a screen. Get it to Shumway. He thought about another three, but now it'll be Cook for three. Got it.
Thatcher just doing an outstanding job as Blue Ridge switches off of picks, working the ball around the perimeter to find the open man.
Linwood Burke, no good, not even close off the front iron. Mortensen with the rebound as Linwood Burke forced the issue. Here comes Mortensen. Nobody picks him up. He goes off the window, can't get it to go, and it's finally knocked out of bounds. It'll be Yellow Jacket ball with just under 5 seconds to go, and they trail by 9 as we're going to get some substitutions as Padilla comes in for Williams.
Well, that
looks dejected over there on the sideline.
That last run by the Thatcher Eagles, that fast break, literally 4 of them just outrunning the Jackets down the floor. And fortunately for the Jackets, they missed the layup.
Here comes Miles. Get it to Burgess. Burgess going to shoot up a three. It's straight but short. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Our score, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets 54, the Thatcher Eagles 63. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back as it's time for the fourth quarter here between the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets and the Thatcher Eagles. The Yellow Jackets have been in this situation before, down 9 to start the fourth. They get the ball. Miles will work the dribble at the top of the key and throws it out of bounds. Mason Burgess was who he was trying to throw it to.
Well, Nate Miles passing the ball right when Mason cuts. And you can see the 3 guys, Blue Ridge guys, talking about what the heck's going on. But not an auspicious start for the Jackets here in the fourth.
Mortensen working the dribble against Miles. Goes to the right hand in the corner to Goodman. On the switch, and Linwood Burke with the steal. He'll lay it up and in. Good for 2.
Great defense there by Linwood, anticipating that pass. Just cuts the lane. Goes full court for the easy layup.
Layton now will take over the point guard duties, running things up top. Get it to Goodman. Looking inside, has to go up top to Cook. Now hands it off to Goodman. Turns the corner. Get it to Mortensen. Looked like a travel, no call. Layton has it up top for the Eagles. Calling for a screen. Gets one, and it's blocked by Burke. Chris Williams has it. Get it ahead to Mason Burgess. Mason Burgess slips and falls, and it's turned over to the Eagles. Here come the Eagles the other way. Mortensen with the ball, and McKay Burgess not paying attention. Goodman for three.
I'll tell you, these Thatcher Eagles are really lighting it up from the three-point line tonight.
McKay Burgess gets inside, and now they're going to call a foul, a little bit of a ticky-tacker on Goodman, I believe. It is on Goodman. That's just his first, but it is the sixth team foul, I believe, for the Eagles, as getting some replacements for the Eagles. Shumway back in lineup, Smith back in the lineup for Mortensen. So the Jackets will inbound underneath, baseline. They trail by 10 on the three-pointer by Goodman. Burgess just never saw the ball. They get it in the corner to Burgess. He shoots a three, short. Cook with the rebound for Thatcher. 10-point lead as Cook gets it right wing to Layton. Get it to Cook on the three-point line, no good. And Tenejith with the rebound. Tenejith to Williams. He'll try to penetrate. Nothing doing. Now goes on baseline, off the window and good.
What a beautiful move by Chris Williams, just setting up the defender to be able to drive right by him on that baseline. Just an exceptional move.
Defense is the key now for the Yellow Jackets, as Layton will slow things down. Goes to the left wing to Goodman. Goodman working the dribble, get it to Layton. On the dribble handoff, he turns the corner, get it to Cook. Cook penetrates, has an easy one underneath, and it's good.
And again, Thatcher just being aggressive, finding those lanes, and when they see him, they don't waste any time driving to the bucket.
Tenejith goes up to Williams, to Linwood Burke for three, no good. Tenejith almost had the rebound, it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Saved by Burgess to Williams. Williams gets it to McKay Burgess for three, no good, short. Rebound by Shumway, battle for it, out of bounds, off of Blue Ridge. Thatcher ball with a 10-point lead, 5:29 to go. Lots of perimeter shooting for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and we see Burgess, one of the guys, he and Trey Tenejith hitting a string of them early in the game in that first half, but he's just been dry here in the second half.
Not really close so far. Layton gets it up top the high post to Smith. Smith working against Tenejith. Hand it off to Cook. Cook getting some penetration. Kicks it to Layton. Layton getting inside to Jorgensen, top of the key. Jorgensen hands it back to Layton, and they'll reset. 1-4 low again. Get it to Goodman. Goodman looking inside, now gets it to Smith up top. Hand it to Goodman. He'll turn the corner. Get it inside to Cook. He'll shoot it from 6. No good. Basket interference.
Offensive goaltending. Jorgensen on the miss, going up and grabbing the rim. So they'll get the turnover here to Blue Ridge.
Burke brings it up out of the backcourt. Get it to Tenejith. Back to Burke. Over to Mason Burgess. He'll try a three. Short. Williams with the rebound. He'll try the pump fake, and they're going to call him for a travel as he drugged the pivot foot. Turn it over back to the Eagles.
But Chris trying to take that big drop step into the key off that power dribble, but they'll say he shuffled. So despite the turnover by the Jackets, not able to convert and get any points on that possession. With a 10-point lead, that would have been a big bucket if they were able to convert.
Jackets trail by 10. A little bit of pressure put on by Burgess. And a lot of collision, and now they're going to get a kicked ball on Blue Ridge. It'll remain Eagles ball.
Well, McKay Burgess doing a great job of anticipating the move on that dribble and just basically closes him out. Looked like he was going to grab the ball, but he falls down, and then that loose ball, McKay ends up kicking it, so it'll stay with the Thatcher Eagles.
So on the inbound, the Eagles have it. Layton goes high post to Mortensen, and he's going to be, they're going to call a foul on Burke on the push. Burke was going to pick up another foul. That's his fourth. With 4:16 to go in the game, Coach Reek with a 10-point deficit, probably going to leave him in.
Yeah, he's pretty much in a position here where he needs a final push, being down 10.
Cook with the ball. Hand it to Layton. Layton will reset things there. And the Eagles going to run play 5. Mortensen close to a 5-second count, and he does get it. Nope. They got a timeout. Timeout as coach saw the 5-second count coming, and they call a timeout. 30-second. We'll keep it right here. And again, we apologize to our radio listeners as we keep dropping out via the internet. You know, you'd think by 2015 we'd have these internet issues kind of figured out, but
You would.
not the case. The Jackets, they trail 58-68. Nobody scored for about 2 minutes here, Punt.
Yeah.
A lot of turnovers and fouls and a lot of ugliness.
Well, Blue Ridge, starting this quarter, or I'm sorry, the second half, a lot of turnovers to start. Now they're not so much turning the ball over. They just can't get any shots to drop.
Only 4 points here in the quarter. And here come the Eagles. A trap. And Linwood Burke with the steal. He'll go up off the window. Good. Perhaps that'll kickstart the Jackets. They trail by 8. Here comes Layton. Now we get a foul. We got a jump ball call, and it'll remain Thatcher ball. The Jackets try to set the trap over there.
Well, they did successfully set the trap between Linwood Burke and McKay Burgess, but all they could get from it is tying up the ball.
Now the Eagles get it into Layton. He'll pull it back out. Reset the offense, wanting to run some time. 3:42 to go. And here comes Mortensen. He goes up. Nothing.
Nice defense, Chris Williams.
Williams has it on the steal for the Jackets. Get it to Tenejith. Tenejith will penetrate. Get it to Williams. Thought about the 3. Kick it to Burke, and he throws it out of bounds.
Chris trying to after that pump fake, dribbles to the middle of the key, and you can see Linwood out on that wing, out in that corner wide open. Just a bad pass. Throws it out of bounds.
Crowd may have erupted had Burke been able to get the shot off. Instead, Eagles ball. Mortensen working against McKay Burgess. Mortensen still working the dribble. There's a 5-second count still on. And we get a foul by McKay Burgess on the penetration by Mortensen. Mortensen has done an excellent job of getting to the basket tonight.
Absolutely. Just doing an outstanding job. He's patient. And when he finds those lanes on those drives, he's quick enough to beat some of these Blue Ridge defenders down into the lane. And then when he gets help, or when the Jackets bring defensive help, he's always good about dishing off as well.
Mortensen will step to the line for 2. First one's on the way, and as you can hear, good. I think I'm missing a bucket somewhere. No, that's it. Mortensen has an opportunity to take it back to a 10-point lead. 4 possessions, very important. Mortensen's second free throw also good. 70-60, our score. 3:10 to go here in the game. Tenejith will try another 3. Got it.
Big bucket. Coach Reek calling the timeout right after that 3. He's going to gather his guys up. Just a hair over 3 minutes left here in the fourth. The Jackets down 7. He's got to pull them together here if they want to finish and win this thing.
Jackets have not been able to get it to within closer than 6 points here since the early going of the third quarter. And perhaps going to try to use this 3-pointers. But they're not playing with much energy, the Jackets.
Yeah, they're flat, a little flat. We saw in that first contest tonight, the Snowflake Lobos against the Winslow Bulldogs. Winslow came out the same way, just not really sharp, or at least as sharp as you expect them to be. And the Jackets just really not able to get any mojo going tonight. They've had a couple of short runs, but momentum-wise, it's all been Thatcher for the most part.
So the Jackets again going with the full court pressure, get it into Jorgensen and back to Mortensen. He'll work the left-handed dribble against McKay Burgess. Get it across half court. Ooh, looked like a double dribble, got away with it. Here's Cook. He's stuck. Get it to Shumway. Shumway. Dump it to Morganson. He misses it. Williams with the rebound. Get it ahead to Burgess. Burgess loses the handle, and it's a steal for the Eagles.
Well, and Burgess losing the handle because of the work of Mason Mortensen defensively. But McKay Burgess coming back with the pick. Drives the lane, can't get the layup to drop.
Misses the layup, and now he's going to foul, and he's just given up. I think he's given up, and he's looking for a way out of the game. He's asking Coach Reek to take him out. Just the 4th foul and 4th team foul on the Jackets. Burke giving pressure in the backcourt. Here comes the trap, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. It'll be Jacket ball.
Well, that was good defensive adjustment by Linwood Burke and I think it was Trey Tenejith, basically forcing the dribble out of bounds without a lot of contact. So a big turnover here for the Jackets. They need to get a bucket, though. They just can't find a way to get the ball in the basket.
Still trail by 7. Here's Burke in the corner. Penetrate. Get it to Williams. Now has to go to Miles in the corner. Tenejith wanted the 3. Couldn't hit it. Now steps back. Goes back iron. No good. And the ball's tipped around, and it's corralled by Chris Williams. Williams to McKay Burgess. He'll try a 3. Got it.
A big bucket there for McKay, not only in terms of allowing Blue Ridge to chip away at this lead, now 66-70. So a 4-point lead for Thatcher. But hopefully, if you're a Blue Ridge fan, getting McKay Burgess back on track.
And we'll take the timeout with them. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com. Well, the noise level has certainly picked up here at Payson High School as we have a 4-point ball game, 66-70. The number 1 seed Yellow Jackets still trail, though, with 1:50 to go. Eagles have it. Inbound it, get it to Jorgensen, back to Mortensen. Mortensen working against Burgess. Has it in the corner, now gets it to the middle of the floor. Still the 5-second count is on. And they trap Cook in the corner. And Shumway has it, bobbled it. And now he gets it again, and now we're going to offensive foul on Shumway. No basket.
Well, you could see Jeff Shumway taking that dribble from the top and basically kind of dropping his chin during Chris Williams mano a mano, but credit Chris Williams just setting up shop and drawing that player control foul.
And Linwood Burke throws it out of bounds. McKay Burgess did not realize how wide open he was. And so it'll be a turnover on the Jackets. Back to the Eagles with 1:22 to go. Jackets miss an opportunity.
And again, that last play just kind of indicative of how things have been going for the Jackets tonight.
Mortensen working the dribble. Here comes Williams. Ooh, it looked like a travel, and it is.
So again, Blue Ridge over these last 3 possessions able to get turnovers. But, you know, being down by 4, they need to find a way.
And they might need to hurry a little bit.
Score some points here.
And we got a timeout on the floor. Officials timeout. And they're pointing at somebody in the crowd. They don't like something that's happening.
Yeah, they're going to do some crowd control stuff here.
As the Jackets inbound. Time wasting away. 1:09 to go. Get it to Burgess, to Burke. He'll try the 3, no good. Long, Miles fighting for the rebound, but Shumway clears it for the Eagles. Now the Jackets probably have to foul. They don't probably want to foul Mortensen. And they don't want McKay Burgess to foul because he's got 4. Burgess will work against him. Here's the penetration. Get it to Cook. Cook has it up top. And now we get a reach-in foul on Nate Miles with 45.6. That's going to be Miles' 3rd. Just a 6th team foul. So that works in the favor of the Eagles. They still are ahead by 4. Next one will be bonus time for both teams, 1-1. And the Eagles, almost go backcourt. And now we get a trap in the backcourt. Cook's in trouble. And we get a timeout by the Eagles, saving the possession. Coach Cook wisely calls a timeout. And we will take it with them. With 41 seconds to go, the Eagles holding on to a 70-66 lead. You're listening to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
With over 25 years of experience in search and recruiting, Care National is dedicated to matching skilled professionals with careers in healthcare. Care National, nationwide medical management recruitment services. Let us get you hired.
We are set for play here from Payson High School. Jackets, as they get it inbound, it's going to be off the foot of McKay Burgess. And it'll remain Eagles ball. They keep inbounding it here to the corner and getting trapped. Mortensen will inbound, get it to Shumway. Shumway has a lane clear. He'll lay it up and it. No, misses it. And McKay Burgess will foul out of the ball game because he did not have rebounding position, and Shumway did. And Shumway gets the offensive rebound, and Burgess will leave the contest.
Well, and prior to the foul, Jeff Shumway had an open lane on that left side. Just left that left-hander a little short.
At least he shot it with the left hand.
Yeah, he did do that right.
Give him some credit for that. He will step to the line for a 1-and-1 and banks it in.
And we get a look from Jeff Shumway because he knows that was not his intent, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It went in.
And the second one is on the way, and it is short. And Williams has the rebound for the Jackets. Jackets still have time. Williams working against Layton. Tenejeth for three, no good. Miles fighting for the rebound, cannot get it. Get it ahead to Layton. It's a foot race. And they foul Layton. Oh, they're going to call an intentional foul. I hate when officials do that when you know they're trying to foul.
Trey Tenejeth grabbing the jersey of Layton, and I'm guessing that's what the intentional will be for. But Trey just, trying to get the job done, and that's to stop the clock.
And Trey Tenejeth looks exhausted. We saw him out with those heart problems. And Layton will step the line for two. Makes the first one, and that'll about do it. That'll make it a 6-point lead with 20 seconds to go. And the Eagles will have the ball as Layton knocks down the second as well. 20.4 seconds, a 7-point lead for the Eagles, 66-73. I'm sure the Jackets will look to foul. Regular fouls will be 1-and-1. Without one of their long-range threats, though, McKay Burgess. Here they go. And they get into the backcourt to Layton, who just knocked down a pair. And he's loose, and he's free, and nobody is fouling him. And now, wow, he is just avoiding everybody. Get it to Cook. Skip it across to Mortensen. Up top to Shumway. Over to Cook. And the Jackets have given up. That's the ball game. 3, 2, 1. And the Thatcher Eagles are moving on. They beat the number 1 seed, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets here, 66-73. When we come back, it's the post-game wrap-up show here on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car? Their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Show Low.
And there's the kick. It's a low line drive kick. Up across the 20. He's got some room with the 25. Hammered down at the 30.
Are you a sports fan and business owner? You don't want to pass this up. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local high school sports produced by high school students.
Gonna go deep, and it's caught. Unbelievable.
Your tax-deductible sponsorship keeps us up and running and gets you noticed.
And he'll gallop into the end zone.
Call 928-532-4160.
This is my town.
Sholo is football and party town, especially when you show up at Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Sholo Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Sholo Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate Event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce.
Oh, this is my town.
Welcome back to Payson High School, site of the round of 16 Division III basketball championships, as the final here in game number 2, the Thatcher Eagles take the win over the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets 73-66. In the earlier game tonight, it was the Snowflake Lobos beating the Winslow Bulldogs and punt. The Snowflake Lobos could be the only team left out of Section 4 after tonight.
Yeah, amazingly. I mean, we talked coming into the tournament about how well the section did this year in placing teams into the tournament. We know Winslow, of course, lost to Snowflake.
Yep.
Holbrook, we just learned, lost to Valley Christian 51-57 tonight. Obviously, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, number 1 seed, going down to the 16th seed Thatcher Eagles. So pretty quick attrition. And the last scoring updates we had, Alchesay behind Chinley at half by 3 points, and then Sholo trailing Combs by 6 at half. So, too early, obviously, to tell. We don't have updates to those games.
Yeah, we'll try to get you some updates on that if we get them before the end of our broadcast. Talk real quick, Punt, about the game. This game, it was a 1-point lead for the Yellow Jackets after the half, but Thatcher came out and executed beautifully in the second half.
They did, and I thought they actually executed well in the first half as well. Blue Ridge defensively really struggled tonight. We could see a few possessions where it just looked like they were scrimmaging almost at scrimmage speed. Just the energy wasn't there for the Jackets, so really hard to know what's going on. I mean, that trap press they did late in the fourth quarter seemed to start working for them a little bit. That's where they were able to chop down the lead, I think, into 4 points at the closest, maybe. So it looked like that might give them some momentum. But you got to credit these Thatcher Eagles. Very persistent, consistent in terms of, not turning the ball over a ton as compared to the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, who really struggled with turnovers, especially in that third quarter. Just an awful start to the second half. And I think the big thing, they just could never get any momentum. They'd go on a couple of runs with the Jackets and make it look like they were going to inch closer, but they just couldn't maintain those drives.
And really credit the mental makeup of the Thatcher Eagles. Never showed that they were ahead or behind. They just kept methodically plodding away and executing what they wanted to on the offensive end and getting their hands on a lot of balls on the defensive end.
Yeah, their backcourt tonight, the Thatcher. I mean, obviously their bigs down low, Jorgensen in particular, Shumway was another one, and then Smith off the bench for Thatcher. They all contributed well, did a good job. But that backcourt for Thatcher tonight, I think, is what really was the catalyst for them offensively. They just did a great job of setting up the offense in themselves when they had the opportunity, using their quickness to beat the Blue Ridge defenders to the basket.
Well, we want to thank some of our sponsors for tonight's game. Papa John's Pizza. For the best ingredients and best pizza, call Papa John's at 532-PAPA. That's 532-7272. Also want to thank Subway. They are featuring right now their Simple 6 menu. That's Subway, eat fresh. Also want to thank our video sponsors who bring you all this live action right here on iTalk1067.com. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, Sunrise Park Resort, Sholo Ford, and the Honda Casino for bringing you this. And we're not quite done yet, as Snowflake has advanced, and they will play, I believe, next Tuesday or Wednesday, and we'll get you we'll try to get you who they're going to face here before the end of the broadcast. When we come back, we'll run down through the numbers, individual numbers, scoring numbers, and also announce the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game right here on iTalk 106.7 and on the web at iTalk1067.com.
Kick. It's a low line drive, taking it up across the 20. He's got some room with the 25, hammered down at the 30.
Are you a sports fan and business owner? You don't want to pass this up. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local high school sports produced by high school students.
Gonna go deep, and it's caught. Unbelievable.
Your tax-deductible sponsorship keeps us up and running and gets you noticed.
And he'll gallop into the end zone.
Call 928-532-4160.
This is my town.
Sholo is football and party town, especially when you show up at Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. Even if you just got your license, show up for the lowest price and longest warranty. Brand new Fords, all with our lifetime engine warranty. Not 3 years or 6, not 10 years or 100,000 miles. No way. Our warranty is forever. Come into Sholo Ford this week. Take delivery of a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle. New 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cruise, just $30,495. New 2014 Ford Focus SE, just $19,995. Or new 2014 Ford Fiestas, $13,995. Plus, every new Sholo Ford truck comes ready to tailgate with a Yeti cooler. Sholo Ford's Great American Tailgate event. It's party time at the east end of the Deuce.
Oh, this is my town.
Welcome back to the post-game wrap-up show here on iTalk 106.7 from Payson High School. It's a final. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets fall to the Thatcher Eagles in the round of 16, 66-73. Welcome back. Mike Renio here with Punt Cooley, and we've covered a lot of games this year, Punt, and not the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets we are accustomed to seeing here tonight.
Not at all. You know, we talked about kind of the sluggish pace, I guess, just in general, whether it was on defense or offense. And we, at the top of the game, we talked about one of the big keys for Blue Ridge being their defense. That's really how they get their offense going, is with that really high pressure defense. They usually get a lot of turnovers, but that was not the case tonight. And there were times where we could just see Thatcher just beating them down the floor, so not really sure what's going on there. But it's got to be a really disappointing outing for the Jackets, you know, after coming off such a great tournament, sectional tournament, where they defeat number 1 seed Snowflake in that first game, and then finishing off with a victory against Holbrook, and then to come here and lose in the first round. That's really got to be tough for them.
Well, and perhaps the possible 3 or 4 point swing in the first half on the technical foul could have played a factor, but the Jackets lose by 7. And I'm sure Coach Reek would not blame the loss on that. Let's go through the numbers here for the Thatcher Eagles. Carson Goodman, the sophomore, ended with 6 points, had 2 3-pointers. Chase Layton, Jr., finished with 3 fouls and 4 points. Dallin Cook, a sophomore, with 7 points. Curtis Thatcher had a foul, did not score. Mason Mortensen, leading score for the Eagles with 24 points. The senior doing a great job handling the ball and taking care of free throws when it mattered. Jared Jorgensen, the big man in the middle, finished with 13 points and 3 fouls. Jeff Shumway had 3 fouls as well, finished with 11 points. And Jay Smith, 4 fouls, the junior, and 8 points. So not only did this Thatcher Eagle team play really well, they're not that old.
No, they're young and very well coached, as we expected.
For the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, leading scorer for tonight's contest on both sides, the senior, Chris Williams, finished with just 1 foul. Did finish 14 of 15 from the free throw line tonight for 25 points. Josiah Vitale chipped in a bucket for 2 points. Linwood Burke, well off his average at 6 points. McKay Burgess fouled out of tonight's contest, but did finish with 11 points on 3 3-pointers and a couple of free throws. Trey Chenadit had some health issues through tonight's contest. Had 2 fouls and 17 points, 5 3-pointers in tonight's contest. Mason Burgess had a 3. Nate Miles finished with 2 points and 3 fouls. So unlike the Thatcher Eagles, quite a few seniors on this year's team, and they end their season in not, I'm sure, the way they had envisioned it, as they fall here tonight, 66-73 to Thatcher. And now it's time to announce our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game. It's brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. For the best selection of hiking, hunting, fishing, and camping gear on the mountain, go to the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store south of Pine Top on Highway 260. And Pun, it's always tough to do this on a loss, but the honor is all yours.
Well, thank you for that. I think typically when we cover these Blue Ridge games, when we tally up the scoring and the stats for this team, we typically will see McKay Burgess and Chris Williams near the top, and that's the case again tonight. McKay, I'd say, though, is off quite a bit from what we're used to seeing. Chris Williams, though, 25 points. Those are big points for the Jackets. And then I thought his free throw shooting tonight was just exceptional, obviously, missing only one of however many he had. And, those free throws certainly contribute to the final score. But so hats off to the senior Chris Williams. He's been a force for this team all season long. I think if you asked him tonight, he'd probably say he probably wouldn't as good as he'd want to be along with his teammates. But Blue Ridge would not have the run, certainly, that they had this year without Chris being a solid leader down low in the post and just being a senior leader for this team. So hats off to his effort tonight. But I think we got to go with Trey Tenegith. He had that chest pain issue, whatever that was. Obviously, it wasn't a heart issue, or he wouldn't have been able to finish the game. But whatever it was, he battled through it. We saw him hit the boards exceptionally well tonight, Mike. I thought, especially on the offensive side, I don't know how many possessions they were able to continue because Trey was inside fighting and being able to dish off to guys. And then the three-pointers, of course, he was shooting with confidence tonight. And while that wasn't enough to get the momentum the team needed to finish off this game with a victory, it's certainly worth mentioning and highlighting the efforts of Trey Tenegith tonight as player of the game.
All right, congratulations to Trey Tenegith, our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sport Player of the Game. Did finish with 17 points and kind of was one of the few guys out there really hustling on the defensive end for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. So congratulations to him. I want to remind you that the Snowflake Lobos will play next Thursday at the Gila River Arena at 3 o'clock. We will have that coverage for you here on iTalk. Also have some other guys we want to thank tonight.
Yeah, we have the Youth Productions, White Mountain Youth Productions, folks. We certainly want to mention tonight our technical director, Zach Lambert, audio, Isaiah Miller, graphics, Nicole Jones, cameras, Trent Kleinman, the Queen Bee, Dakota Hayes, Michaela Wagner, Joey McGraw, Richard Long, and, of course, thanks to Mel West and Curtis Stevens of Sholo TV and the student sponsor tonight, Denise Westover.
All right, thanks so much to those students for bringing you the live video coverage. Also want to thank the sponsors tonight, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Honda Casino, Sunrise Park Resort, and I know I'm missing one because I threw my paper away. But want to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you high school basketball. We do have that game next Thursday, but also look forward to baseball coverage here on iTalk. We will bring you that as well. Well, that's going to wrap it up here on the postgame wrap-up show. Have a lot of people to thank for the great season of basketball. Thank Camden Smith, our on-site producer. For our studio producer, Royce Kincannon, who just does a great job even when we go off the air of covering for us. So thanks so much to Royce and for those students. And that's going to do it for Punt Cooley. I am Mike Granillo saying good night, and we'll see you next Thursday from the Valley.